1. What legislation aligns Estonia's data protection framework with the GDPR? A. The Data Protection Directive. B. The Personal Data Protection Act and the Personal Data Protection Implementation Act. C. The Electronic Communications Act. D. The Online Privacy Protection Act. Correct answer, B. The Personal Data Protection Act and the Personal Data Protection Implementation Act. 1. When did the GDPR become directly applicable in the Baltic states? A. January 1, 2018. B. May 25, 2018. C. December 12, 2018. D. March 15, 2019. Correct answer, B. May 25, 2018. 1. Which act in Latvia provides the prerequisites for GDPR implementation? A. The Personal Data Processing Law. B. The Personal Data Protection Act. C. The Online Privacy Act. D. The Electronic Communications Act. Correct answer, A. The Personal Data Processing Law. 1. How does Estonia's law regulate electronic marketing to natural persons? A. Requires opt-out consent. B. Requires opt-in consent. C. Does not require consent. D. Requires written consent. Correct answer, B. Requires opt-in consent. 1. What is the stance on cookies in Estonian online privacy law? A. Strictly prohibits all cookies. B. Allows all cookies without consent. C. Adopts an opt-out system for cookies. D. Requires explicit consent for all cookies. Correct answer, C. Adopts an opt-out system for cookies. 1. When did Latvia's personal data processing law come into force? A. July 5, 2018. B. May 25, 2018. C. December 12, 2018. D. January 1, 2018. Correct answer, A. July 5, 2008. 1. What is required in Latvia for storing cookies and similar technologies? A. Opt-out consent. B. Opt-in consent. C. No consent required. D. Written consent. Correct answer, B. Opt-in consent. 1. Which law replaced Lithuania's previous data protection legislation to align with GDPR? A. The Law on Legal Protection of Personal Data. B. The Data Protection Directive. C. The Electronic Communications Act. D. The Personal Data Processing Law. Correct answer, A. The Law on Legal Protection of Personal Data. 1. In Estonia, what is permissible in the context of an existing client relationship for electronic marketing? A. Opt-in consent is still required. B. Opt-out is permissible. C. No consent is required. D. Written consent is required. Correct answer, B. Opt-out is permissible. 1. Which type of data retention is mandated by Estonian law for communication undertakings? A. Location data only. B. Traffic and location data. C. Consent-based data only. D. No data retention is mandated. Correct answer, B. Traffic and location data. 1. What approach does Latvian law support for cookies? A. Opt-out. B. Opt-in. C. No regulation. D. Mandatory acceptance. Correct answer, B. Opt-in. 1. How does Lithuania's data protection law define direct marketing compared to the GDPR? A. The same as the GDPR. B. More broadly than the GDPR. C. More narrowly than the GDPR. D. Does not define direct marketing. Correct answer, C. More narrowly than the GDPR. 1. When did Estonia's Personal Data Protection Act enter into force? A. January 15, 2019. B. May 25, 2018. C. December 12, 2018. D. March 15, 2019. Correct answer, A. January 15, 2019. 1. What date marks the entry into force of the Personal Data Protection Implementation Act in Estonia? A. January 15, 2019. B. February 20, 2019. C. March 15, 2019. D. May 25, 2018. Correct answer, C. March 15, 2019. 1. In Lithuania, to whom does the GDPR's approach to processing special categories of personal data apply? A. Only to public authorities. B. Only to private sector entities. C. To both public and private sector entities. D. To EU institutions exclusively. Correct answer, C. To both public and private sector entities. 1. Under Estonia's PDPA, what is mandatory for messages related to direct marketing? A. To include an opt-out option. B. To identify the sender and include a refusal method. C. To To provide detailed product information. D. To obtain prior written consent. Correct answer. B. To identify the sender and include a refusal method. 1. What legislative action did Latvia take to replace its previous personal data protection law? A. Enacted the Electronic Communications Act. B. Adopted the GDPR without changes. C. Enacted the Personal Data Processing Law. D. Revised the Personal Data Protection Act. Correct answer. C. Enacted the Personal Data Processing Law. 1. How are communication undertakings regulated in terms of data privacy in Estonia? A. By the GDPR alone. B. By the Electronic Communications Act. C. By the PDPA. D. By a combination of the PDPA and specific regulations. Correct answer. D. By a combination of the PDPA and specific regulations. 1. What does Lithuania's law on legal protection of personal data govern? A. Only electronic communications. B. Data protection in alignment with the GDPR. C. Only the processing of employee data. D. The enforcement of GDPR outside the EU. Correct answer. B. Data protection in alignment with the GDPR. 1. What consent mechanism is adopted by Latvia for the processing of location data? A. Implicit consent. B. Opt-out consent. C. Opt-in consent. D. No consent required. Correct answer. C. Opt-in consent.